Hey, yo, everyone. Welcome to Minecraft. So you can see we're in a complete ocean. Uh, One of the things I like to do, and I don't think I've ever actually completed the game on it. We should get a move on also while it's day. I don't think we have any pirate ships around here. We got drowned over there, monument. We do not want to go near that. I think there's something. I think there's a ship over here. Is playing hardcore in a complete ocean world. Makes it pretty difficult, at least to begin with, especially if you're in like one of these deep oceans and it's just all gravel at the bottom. Really, the only way to get dirt, and I found one time, because then I realized, like, man, yeah, when you do like deep ocean versus just regular, where there can still be some islands and stuff that spawn, there's no islands here or anything. The only way to get dirt, which is then the only way to get food and to get your own continuous supply of wood. Well, I guess food other than rotten flesh and fish, growing wise, is to what's that? Is to find dirt. And is that what I was going for? I kind of lost track. I started looking like, oh, of course, there's a pirate ship right there. Okay. Oh, actually, why am I even doing that? We can just swim like this, even though you guys can't see that well. It sounds like there's a dungeon or something there. Yeah, I don't know what that stone is. But we're playing on 1.17.1. I was debating, man, I got used to Ark and being able to be underwater for a lot longer. I was debating on doing 1.17 or going or sticking with 1.16 right now until the entire 1.17 is out in a few months. Ooh, thank you, Dolphin. But I decided to do 1.17 because I don't think we'll probably run into really anything. We're not going to run into goats, obviously. Axolotls are kind of, I think, the only thing. I guess underground when we're mining, we might run into copper. Or maybe the drowned will drop it, maybe some zombies. I looked at the change log a little bit and I saw that the blue axolotls through breeding and copper drops. And I was like, okay. I'm like, we might run into something. Right now, the entire world is a deep, warm ocean. Apparently, as far as I'm aware, that doesn't naturally spawn. So this isn't something we would normally find. And okay, this is what we were looking for. Some air. Phew. Anything good in here? We got a compass and a map. We'll leave that actually. Let's go over here to this chest. Deep warm ocean. How I came across deciding this was I was like, I don't know what ocean to pick. Like if we want a particular ocean or not. And so I went and I looked up and I was trying to see if there's any, depth strider 2, actually, that could be really good. Moss block, that's new. So actually there is going to be some new stuff. Okay, we got potatoes. We're going to want carrots. We're going to want to plant those. The wheat can't really plant. There's nothing really here for us to just keep on our hot bar right now. We're just going to want to nab some wood. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, to figure out what kind of like biome I was going to do. I was trying to find a generator, like somewhere where someone already has them all written up, so I don't have to figure out what biomes there are. Couldn't find anything, and so I was like, okay, cool. So what we got to do basically is look up the biomes. Wiki didn't have them all. Wiki was only saying there's 4, and I'm like, I feel like there's more. And then I was like, okay, it's only 4. So then I go and I chose the 4, and then all of a sudden I see, oh wait, there's deep ocean. Deep. It didn't include any of the deep stuff. It was just ocean, lukewarm, cold, and something else, maybe warm. I don't know. But then I found someone on Reddit, and they're like, hey. Someone was like, hey, there's only these 4. And they're like, hey, it doesn't include all of these. And then and the lukewarm doesn't spawn naturally. So it's a iffy on if you want to include it or not. Of which we are. Let's just, I guess, swim up. We're going to just be diving down, getting some stuff so we can fill that with air. We just want to make sure there's no drowned or anything coming after us. Going to zoom down. It's a little hard to focus on doing this while talking at the same time, especially if I'm gotta think about what I'm talking about. But basically, I went and I followed his thing. I was like, okay, there's 10 biomes that he's listing off, and we're gonna drown. 10 biomes he's listing off. So I brought up a random number generator, and I was like, okay, cool. 10 biomes, 1 through 10. We got 10. I was like, okay. The last one he mentions was a lukewarm biome, or lukewarm deep ocean. And so here we are in a lukewarm deep ocean. I was like, all right, cool. We got the one that doesn't normally generate. Oh, and then also another reason why I did 1.17, even though I was like gonna hold off on it, I was like, oh wait, the glow squid are supposed to be in this. So I don't know if they spawn in this kind of ocean. Normal squid do, so I'm assuming glow squid do as well. But we might get to see them. And whatever it was that they dropped, some kind of glowing ink sac or something like that. But yeah, so then that's how I decided on this one. I don't remember what I was talking about before. Kind of just already forgot. But yeah, so that's how I decided on this one. What we got to do really to start off with is just get enough blocks to fill up that first area where the door is, so that way we just have like an area where mobs aren't going to spawn. We're going to also need to just dig down. It'll be dark for a little bit. Since we're on 1.17, I don't have Optifine. I don't know if they have Optifine for 1.17 yet, because it hasn't been out for that long. I thought that was a glow squid at first, because I thought something was glowing. I don't know if they have Optifine yet. I guess I can look into that. Basically, the only reason why I would need it is just torch-wise. I can just hold the torch in my hand, and it'll allow us to see, especially when we're right in here to start with. But, you know, we already started, so it's a little late for that. Oop, there we go. And I don't... so it might be a little dark until we get some cobble in order to make a furnace, because then we can burn a piece of wood, get us 1 charcoal, get us 4 torches, and so then we can kind of just light up our base. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of, I mean, really this up and down portion of swimming up and down to get the blocks, that's really just the beginning area, and beginning stage, unless we really want to go and fill out an area, which really we're just aiming to get that little area done right now, and then we'll get the rest of the big area, and then we'll clear that out afterwards. But we're not going to start off with that, and I think we probably have more than enough to fill. We just need to make sure we have enough air. So yeah, first list on our agenda, I did find a thing where it was like a challenge generator, and I gave you a challenge that I think you would do it for the entire series. Okay, we need... oh, there we go. Let's break this. But yeah, like a challenge thing where it's like, oh, I was like, huh, this is kind of a weird challenge thing that they're giving. But it was, I think, for like an entire, like, playthrough. I'm hoping this guy doesn't come in after us. Playthrough, so it's like, oh yeah, you have to have your base in this biome, and these are the things you're going to try to do. Oh, is it? It's just filling up because of the water in there. That'll actually protect us. I'm hoping it's not too dark for you guys. I wish we got some charcoal. What do I need to do in order to fill this? Can we pick up the moss after we place it? I'm not sure. But what I need to do... actually, if we block this, we do that. There we go. Oh. This filled up. Do this. Okay, we got this area. I just kind of just need to start mining down is what we need to do. Mine down so we can just get some cobble real quick. And get a torch, and then you guys can see. Or at least see better. So yeah, I'm sorry guys if it's really dark. Let's fill that. Come on, get rid of all the water. Oh, is it the chest? It's the chest. Let's break that. Didn't have anything in there anyways. Break this. Then we can put these stairs back afterwards. Oh. leave that, I suppose. Oh, need to break the... I'm missing all these stairs. That gonna get... Yep. Oh, and then we got... Actually, that we can just fill in. This we cannot fill in. I think that's good. We're gonna... Is that something we need to fill? Yeah, it is. I'm still forgetting. It's been a little while since I've recorded because I've been waiting for... Actually, I don't know if I mentioned it or not. I know I've gone through it. Okay. Put you back. I've always gone through it in my head because I've been having to deal with it all day. And yesterday, I guess a little bit too. I got a new hard drive because I didn't realize that SSDs are like a one-time use. Or not one-time use, but they have limited uses for it. Because I only have SSDs on this computer, so I was like, oh, yeah, you know, they're better. Why not? Well, because I guess the reason why not is that they are one-time use. We're gonna... Yeah, we'll have our mine in here. Not one-time use, but limited uses. So, like, you know, all of the memory slots can only be used, or memory slots is probably the wrong word for it. Kind of struggling to explain it, but basically, you know, there's only so many times you can use the SSD and you can write to it. Only so many times before it kicks the bucket. And so you want to have a hard drive for all of the files if you're going to be constantly writing to it. At least if you're going to be doing it often. For a regular person, it's not. But with recording, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm recording videos, so I'm constantly putting things on and off of the drive. Oh. You're a stair. Now I'm going to have water coming on my head. We're going to put you there. Your stair. And so basically there's a hard drive, unlimited uses, so long as it doesn't break. And a SSD, limited number of uses, but basically better in all other aspects. So I was like, okay, hey, I'll get just a, you know, I can get a decent sized hard drive for not that much money. And so, yeah, I got a hard drive. I went and installed it yesterday. Realized I didn't have any extra, like, SATA cables. I was like, oh, I thought I had an extra SATA cable. So then I had to order the SATA cable. But then I was like, you know what? I'm going to move my computer off the floor because I didn't want it on my desk because it takes up a lot of space, even though I guess I have just enough room for it, and then I tend to have other stuff there anyway, so it's not like I'm saving that space, but or using that space. So I was like, I could keep it up there, but no, I don't want it up there. So I got the hard drive, got the SATA cable in today. I had already installed the drive, so I was like, okay, throw that in now. Now that I have the SATA, I can throw that in. And then I go and I boot it all up. I got the cables, I got new cables as well because I didn't have room. Or I didn't have, the cables I had weren't long enough if I wanted to somewhat half decently manage my cables, which I am just somewhat half decently managing them. And so I needed new DisplayPort cables and a new HDMI cable. So I went and I ordered those along with it. They came in today, hooked everything up. I boot up my computer and the fans turn on, but the lights on them don't. And I'm like, that's not a good sign. Those should be turning on. So I spend like 3 hours trying to figure out why they're not turning on. Eventually I figured out, I watched countless videos of people going and installing the lights into, or installing the fans in this case, like the stock fans We're going to drown. We do not have a way of mining this right here. Need a better way. Should be able to do this from the door. I think it's really dark. That is not it. Can I mine that? No. We got some sticks. So yeah, I go and I spend a few hours, like I think 2, maybe 3 hours, just trying to figure out how to set up the fans. And there's this one cord that I'm like, I don't see it, so it must be getting the power from. We need one more. It must be getting power from the motherboard. Well, it turns out it wasn't getting power from the motherboard. It was getting the power from the cord that I wasn't seeing. Oh, we got a strong, not, well, I guess potentially a stronghold, but a mine shaft more likely than not right there. It turns out it wasn't getting the power from the motherboard. It was getting it from the PSU. Just I wasn't seeing the cable because it was literally tucked into. Somehow it was working before. It's been working for like 6 months, but it was somehow just tucked in with the PSU behind all of the cables. And I don't know how it got there, but it did. So I go and I pull it out, and it's like, warning, don't connect this cable if you're getting power from the motherboard. And I'm like, oh, if this was tucked away there, odds are it didn't come unplugged when I was cleaning the computer and putting in the hard drive. I mean, potentially it was. I'm not going to say it, there's no way, but odds are it wasn't. So I go and I'm like, I'm looking. I'm like, okay, I've double checked, triple checked, quadruple checked every cord on this computer, made sure that they were plugged in thoroughly, and there is nothing loose, no dangling cords that aren't supposed to be dangling. And so I'm like, okay, I'm plugging this into the PSU. Hopefully it doesn't cause an issue and destroy the fans, and then I'm out of a computer for a while. So I plug it in, cross my fingers, turn it on. It works. The fans are working. I'm like, oh, awesome, cool. I go and I relax for a half hour. And then I look and I realize the fan on the CPU, the light's not working. And of course, the lights don't matter. At least function-wise. Oh, we need 2 pieces of wood. Function-wise, they don't matter. It's just for looks. And it just looks for me. And I'm like, it doesn't matter, but I do want it to work. So then I spend the next, I don't know, 2 hours trying to figure out why the cord isn't working. And I figure out what type of fan it is, because it's not a stock fan, but it is a stock fan to me because I bought the computer already made. I got it during the COVID pandemic, which is still kind of going on right now. But it was easiest and cheapest to just get it pre-made. It turned out to actually be a lot cheaper than making it. It originally would have been more expensive to buy it pre-made than it was to make it. However, because of the inflated prices of the pandemic and the semiconductor shortage, which I don't know if that was going on yet at the time of buying the computer, but I do know video card prices and stuff were skyrocketing, and there was that whole ordeal. So it turned out to be, it was still more expensive than building it like April 2020. It's only like a few months later, so we were already in the pandemic. I was buying it in like November. So it was still more expensive, but it was cheaper to buy it pre-made than it was to make it. And it was more expensive to buy it pre-made than it would have been to have built it a few months earlier. That's what I was, I was trying to say. So I go and I'm like, yeah, I'll buy it pre-made, and it comes with the RGB fan for the CPU. Versus if I had built it, I would have just used the stock, which would probably be about just as good. I mean, we are really close to that. But yeah, so I'm like, okay, cool, it works. What was I even talking about? It again, I don't. Oh, the fan light, and so then I don't know what kind of fan it is. All I know is it's a thermal take. So I look up thermal take. I try to find. I'm like, okay, I can't find it. Everyone's talking about like these different fans that are more expensive. Because I'm like, obviously this one is a cheap fan. It came with the computer that was on sale. And so then I go and I do find it. Oh, we're gonna end up dying from residual damage drowning. So eventually I find it was a thermal take UX 100. So, you know, not a expensive fan by any means. But I'm like, okay, how is it lighting up? Like, what cords do I need to have connected? Because there is one 3-prong cord and 2 1-prong. I'm like, what do I need to have connected? Because there's only a 3-1 here, so the only thing I can think of is that these two were connected somewhere that I'm not seeing a area to plug them in at. And it came loose somehow when I was cleaning it or when I was carrying the computer, when I was hooking up the HDD. Where? Okay, those were just the fish. You know, we're going to want to eat them. So where did it come unplugged? I couldn't figure out. Apparently you guys weren't moving before I came over here. Did you guys just run away? Oh, of course, you're the one I can't cook. Oh, are they all going to be tropical fish so we can't ever cook them? I think they are. Yeah. That sucks. We got to eat raw fish. I mean, I guess that's sushi. But it only feels like half of food. I'm not going to bother trying to do that right now. But yeah, so then I look it up. And eventually, after trying multiple things, like 2 hours later into searching things, I even go and I contact Newegg is who I bought the computer through. They have a support link for contacting the manufacturer, which doesn't work. I contact their customer service. They're like, yeah, we can't actually help with any of that stuff, but here, try this link to contact them. Same link, didn't work. So then they send me an email and a phone number for reps. I send an email out. But then, of course, that's when I figure out that the rainbow effect that it was doing was the default one. So when it's not receiving any information, which it can't because apparently my motherboard doesn't support, there's a like RGB and an ARGB. It doesn't support ARGB, I believe. At least that's what I was getting out of it, was that it didn't support that. So I was like, okay. So it's the default one, which means that I think what that means is the RGB is fried. Like it's not gonna work ever anymore. That's what I got out of it. And so I was like, okay, that kind of sucks. But, you know, maybe sending the support, it's still under manufacture. Does that not work to stop it? Maybe I gotta get rid of the water first. So maybe since it's still under warranty, they'll know of something that I can do. Or they'll be like, hey, yeah, there's nothing we can do, but we're willing to send you a new one, maybe. I don't know. But I contacted them. I had already contacted them, so I might as well just see what happens. But yeah, so that took up like, I don't know, 5 hours of my time just to get the RGB lights back. But besides for the CPU fan RGB not working, everything else is, which is good. Hard drive's working. Using that. This video is being stored on it right now. It should be working fine, hopefully. I did a little test. It was like 30, not even 30 seconds, like 5 seconds, just to make sure my audio and stuff was fine. I got my computer on the little bookshelf I have next to my desk. It's just on the top of it. Got to figure out where I'm going to put all the stuff that I had there. originally. I've got some of it sorted out, but there's some stuff that's just not going to fit on the shelves of the books. Let's go down here and I guess throw this down to make sure nothing spawns. What level are we at? We are at 33. Still got a ways to go. And also, I don't know how the sounds are. I'll have to find out about that, you know, after the fact. 'Cause it's our first time doing Minecraft. I don't know when this video is going to go up either. Because Ark is still going to be going up. At the time of recording, it's the 13th now. It's like 12 a.m. That is, I was working on the computer thing. 12 a.m. Yeah, and I don't know when Ark is going to be going up for like the next month or so, and then I kind of stopped because I just wasn't feeling it, and I think what it is I'm doing by now, if this goes up now, you guys have already seen it, or will be seeing it. I know already some of it is uploaded. Doing the island, and I've already done the island before, and so even though I've never done like the caves and stuff, I don't know, I just felt kind of like, at first I was like, ooh, yeah, exciting, but then it just didn't feel the same as when I had first started. So decided to stop. We can always continue later on or do one of the other maps. I haven't done any of the other maps ever. I had only done the island once before, but it was kind of just like, you know, like a game kind of becomes tedious when you're just doing the same thing again. So yeah, stop that. If this goes up before the end of Ark, sorry, spoiler. I mean, not spoiling anything that happens. There's still like 20 something videos. It might just be a solid 20. I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't know if I'll be waiting, because then basically I'll just upload these now. But they'll be scheduled for, you know, like 2 months out or whatever, and then that would make it so then, because I won't be recording when my school session starts back up. So then that'll make it so then there's multiple videos going up at that time. I guess we want to harvest this, or I could do it now, but then there's going to be a bunch of videos going up now, but then this isn't as dated. Although I guess it doesn't really matter, because the Fallout ones I have going until like December, because in like, I think the end of September I start doing them one a week just to make sure there's plenty to get through the rest of the school semester, so I don't have to try to record. So I think that's part of the reason why, like when I was doing the Pokemon ones, I wanted to do it where, you know, I could play other games and stuff, but then I always had like a Pokemon series going, and I just got kind of burnt out on it, was because I was doing it during school, so then be like, oh, I have to go record now. I have to go try to get a recording done. And then I was also drawing the thumbnails versus just doing screenshots, which, like, I enjoyed doing that at first, but then it was like with the recording thing, it was just like it became work. It wasn't fun. It was like, oh, I have to get this done now. Okay. Let me go. It's Friday night. Let me go get a recording or two done. And then it's just like it felt like forever to get them done. It wasn't fun anymore. And so I think it's because I was doing it while at school, trying to like squeeze that in and stuff. So it just wasn't, you know, wasn't good. What we're gonna do, so yeah, I don't know. But basically, yeah, Fallout will be going on for a while, and then eventually I'll pick it back up, because when I stopped for the LASIK, I just didn't really get back into it. Does Frostwalker doesn't ruin your boots? I was gonna make a boat. Actually, we should still use a boat, because we don't have food. Well, we have some food, but not much. So what we're gonna do is gonna make this. We're gonna make a sword and a pickaxe. I forget, we got torches in our hand, so I can move these up. And we are going to go journeying around, because we need to get as much wood as we can. We want to find shipwrecks so we can get resources. So we can gather wood from places that we visit. We can get just other resources. Let me see. We're at 29 minutes right now. I guess I'll probably keep these in like 30-minute intervals or so. Yeah, because otherwise I would put our chords in the chat. But if I'm going to do 30 minutes, might as well end it here, guys. Yeah, I hope. Ooh, what's going on with our chin? Yeah, some weird texture thing going on. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this episode of, I almost said Ark. It's gonna be probably an issue. I mean, we got water dripping through the ceiling too. But yeah, I hope you all enjoy this episode of Minecraft Ocean. I don't know what we're gonna call this, like Deep Ocean Survival. I have the save file Sea World. It was, sea, and it's a world, but it's also a sea. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed whatever the series will be called, and I'll see you all next time. See ya.